have questions? Have you ever checked out or looked at parenting books when you have? I'm curious what everybody's looked at. I'm curious. TV.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the program is probably, everybody says, most likely going to start up again in the fall.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right around, yeah,
Okay.
like October.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. How do you recruit for people? How do you find people?
Carrie usually does that.
Oh, okay. I'll ask her about that.
From
then.
the students through here,
Mm-hmm.
that was how I was found. I used to be a student learner here,
Mm-hmm.
and then they told me about Start Smart, so I started going to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so that's how,
The rest is history.
yeah.
Great.
I'm all set.
Okay. Lori, can you tell me what happens at Start Smart during the day or during your program time?
Usually we just kind of wait for everybody to get here, and then we go upstairs to the library where Diane tells wonderful stories and finger plays and puppets, like little felt boards and whatnot. And then we split up. The children usually stay upstairs for snacks. That usually gets them away from their parents. And if they want to go downstairs with their parents, that's great too. There's toys downstairs. And then I usually take the parents downstairs and we do the parenting topics downstairs, and they do arts and crafts upstairs. And there's volunteers that help with the children and stuff. So that's kind of a gist of it. It's different topics every 6 different topics for this session.
And what's the objective of the program? What do people learn when they come here?
Well, we want to get them interested in books and the importance of reading, and to go to the library, to get a library card, and to know the library is a friendly place and a fun place, and it's very important to read to kids. So it's kind of, and then we do the parenting topics that parents are interested in, like something simple from how to go shopping with your child, potty training, to different strategies of discipline. I don't really like that word so much, but how to kind of, feel your kid and see if it's a good day or a bad day, and quite a range of things.
Great, great. What kind of growth do you see in the participants over the 6-week period?
Oh, I like when the parents look forward to coming, the moms or dads, and they really look forward to coming and just venting and getting different suggestions and ideas, and then knowing that there's books that have different answers to questions. And there was a couple parents that liked, their kids like dinosaurs a lot, so we did that topic, and they were real excited and scooped up a lot of dinosaur books. And the kids, just to watch them blossom and know to just feel comfortable here, and you're totally welcome. And just watch the kids grow. I love that part, because it keeps your spirit alive. The kids do. So it's really fun.
Why, you have several participants who've been here a number of years.
Yes.
Why do you think they keep coming here to the program?
I think when you start, you feel real welcome, and then you realize the importance of books and kids, and then just you feel welcome. We're always open arms, non-judgmental, and interesting topics. We try to keep it fun, interesting.
Great. And do you know how people can become involved if they're interested in joining the Start Smart program?
to call Literacy Action Center.
Okay. And just say that they'd be interested in coming.
Yeah.
Okay, great. What have you learned here through your work with the people here at Start Smart?
That all in all, parents have the same concerns, issues, and topics. It's amazing to me to see, my kid wakes at night, all through the night. Well, do you feed your child? And different parents we get different ideas and suggestions. And it's neat to see that we all kind of have the same problems and same concerns and stuff. And to see each child have its own individual, I like my Little Mermaid books, and they all have their favorites. Devin, my little one, he likes the pop-up books. And it's neat to see that.
Great. You have people from a lot of different cultures that
Yes.
come here. Is that ever a problem, or is that kind of an enriching part of the program?
It's enriching. It's wonderful. Because it's like, I always like to think of it as being able, I'm not really able to travel the world, but they kind of bring it to me. And they tell me different parts, different traditions and cultures, and it's interesting. It's very interesting. My family has done it this way for years, and we've eaten this at this holiday, and we don't have that holiday, and it's educational.
Great.
And it's fun.
Okay. Would you say the emphasis in this program is on parenting or on literacy?
Both.
Okay.
It's kind of intertwined.
Uh-huh. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, Lori, thank you very much.
You
That's
bet.
all the questions I have here. Great. Great. You can just...
And she was probably like 13, 14 months old. We've been coming for about 3 years.
Great. How did you hear about the program?
My sister-in-law, Shelby, was a volunteer here and actually volunteered upstairs working with the kids. And she thought that it would be a good program for Madison and I to be involved in.
Great. Great. What do you like about this program?
Well, the fact that there's parents who come with the same kind of issues at times that, I've had. Potty training, trying to get your kid to go to sleep at night, eating habits, all that, that kind of stuff that sometimes you feel as a parent, at least I do, okay, I'm the only one going through this. There's nobody else who's suffering the way I am. And yet you come and you listen to other parents and you find out, oh yeah, they've gone through it or they're going through it and it's worse than what I could have gone through.
Great. Hey, I'm sorry. Are you ready? I didn't ask if you were ready. Okay. Have you ever learned something new from some of the other parents, or learned a tip or two from things?
Yeah, Lori is really an interesting person because she's very creative when it comes to doing things where your expenses, if you don't have a lot of money. I mean, she's told me about where she's taken her kids out, putting all their rain gear on them and taking them outside and letting them run through the puddles. So we do that. She does parades in her neighborhood, things that are really inexpensive. And in this day and age, everything is so expensive, and the more kids you have that want to go and do stuff, if you can be creative enough to do things on a inexpensive budget. So I've learned, that. I've learned how to budget-wise activities.
There seem to be a lot of people who are coming to the program from different cultures. Mm-hmm. Do you enjoy that part of the program?
I do because it's interesting because my daughter, she's with children who speak Spanish or who don't speak, English or speak Japanese or Chinese. And she's kind of taken on that where she does, oh, Mom, I can say things in Spanish, like hola and buenos dias, and so for her, I think that's good. And for me, it is because I know that these people are really trying to work on their English, and it's a learning experience for me to be with someone who can't speak as well. And you have to learn patience and try and be beneficial to them as far as being able to speak English. But a lot of the people in the group that have been coming for as long as I have, their English has really improved from where in the beginning you couldn't understand them, or they couldn't, they were nervous to talk because their English wasn't very good, and now they can.
Good. Why do you think it's important that the library be involved with a program like this?
Well, I guess because learning and reading, and the library, you go to a library to get books to read, and the literacy center is here for these people who don't know how to read, and they have access to all the books in the library, and it's beneficial for people, especially parents and communities whose children want to learn to read but maybe can't, and they don't have access to going to places, to get help, where they can come here and they can get the help.
Do you like what part of the program do you appreciate most? It seems like there's parenting, and then there's kind of the exploration of books. Is there?
I like the fact that I can come and I can talk to other parents, and get from them answers that maybe, like today we were doing the topics about parenting books. And you can read books and you can, get an answer for something, but if you've actually talked to another parent who may experience what you experienced, you get a more hands-on, direct answer. And I like the fact that I can come and I can share if I'm having a bad week, if I've had problems with, Madison or with David not sleeping, and I can share that with the group. It's been very helpful for me. I mean, sometimes I wish that it was a lot longer instead of a 6-week program, but it always gives us something to look forward to.
Great. Yeah. Thank you very much. That's perfect, Kim. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
So it's a 6-week program that.
But you the start. That's great. How did you get so lucky? Just know.
Yeah, just yeah. I've always been interested in literacy, and family literacy seemed to be particularly a good mix as a children's librarian.
Great. Okay. Diane, what is the objective of this program, of the Start Smart program? Could you just tell me what the goal is?
I think the goal is to make sure that parents who are new readers are able to be introduced to new books and be able to read to their children. And so to really make reading a family project and affair.
Great. What is your role in the program?
I'm the representative, I guess, of the Seattle Public Library for. We've always worked in collaboration with the Literacy Action Center to do this program. So I'm the children's librarian, and I do the story time part of this.
It's important, I guess, then for the children to be, well, obviously for the children to be here as well.
You go into a place there's always somebody that you can call or find to say, hey, you know what, I have $5 a week that I can donate to the organization. You don't have, you can't pay me, but if you can't pay me, I would be more than happy to volunteer. So anyway, okay, so that's one thing that's available. And that's through the Seattle Public Access Network. Okay, I'm gonna show more things upstairs, but let's look at Career Path. Okay. Career Path is great because it basically takes classified
Okay. So let's say, let's say we're looking for a job. Anybody throw out a city that you kind of been interested in. Thank you. Okay, very good. Okay, so we're gonna search by the Chicago Tribune, but let's go back up. So let's say that we're looking for a food service job in, are they gonna let go? Service? Okay, food services. All right, and let's see. I think that because we found food services, we don't need to enter our own keyword unless we were specifically looking for McDonald's, or unless we were specifically looking to work. Chicago Tribune, because I was really thinking about Chicago, and somebody else give me another city.
San Francisco.
Oh, great. Okay. San Francisco. You were about to say one because we can search in that one too. San Francisco. Let's see if it's online.
Right there.
Do you see it? That's Sacramento. San Francisco might not be online.
Okay, we'll just use it.
Okay, so let's say Sacramento B. Or you want to do San Jose? Okay, we'll do San Jose because that's close. Okay, you're about to say one other city. Okay, let's see if Arkansas is online. That's in the southeast, or it's in the South Florida. Little Rock. I don't see Little Rock here. And that might be because it's a smaller paper. But let's look in Atlanta Journal-Constitution, just in case. Okay, so now we're gonna ask it to search. So now we're searching food services and those jobs. And this is a good thing to try because you know what? I meet a lot of people who say, oh, you know, I moved to Seattle because I just thought for sure I would be able to find a job in blank. And having lived here now, I'm thinking, wow, this is really not the place. Even though this is a city that's thriving and growing, I don't know if it's really the best place for that. For instance, if you were a filmmaker and you were like reading, Seattle's a real great place to come because the economy is booming, you might be really excited and you might pack up your mule and here you and your mule come to Seattle. And then you get here and you find out that Vancouver, British Columbia is really thriving compared to Seattle in terms of making film, television and film, and found out what's available. But one thing that we know is that last week, in last Sunday's paper, Atlanta Journal, and this is not scientific, I might be able to say, well, if all things were equal, San Jose or Atlanta and Chicago, if it didn't matter which ones, I'm gonna San Jose. Okay, so here we are. And it tells us where the paper, so it tells us what state and paper comes from. They're going to list things alphabetically. So the first few ads that we're going to see, the first 19, I think it was, are from Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So let's just say that we see all kinds of jobs. We see food service director, food service supervisor, food service at the Ritz-Carlton. Okay, let's try that. Butchers. Okay, but we see some people that needs a food service chef, cook, and experienced. Okay, so experienced? I guess. Okay, all right, so we see here's Smyrna, Georgia. And they need a full-time cook for a luxury retirement community and nursing home. And they don't tell us how much they pay, but they tell us where, but they do have benefits that include health. The cook at Stanford, for Stanford fraternity, you can work in the deli full-time for $8.50 an hour. Let's see that job. Okay, deli full-time, and you can just call them. And how, you know, a deli, that's making a sandwich, is probably, or so that's probably not. So You can.
$8.50 is better than McDonald's.
Yeah, $8.50 is and it gives you options. And that's the thing, because if you're thinking about food service, you might be thinking about McDonald's because you don't know what your options are. And what's great about things like this, and what makes it easier sometimes than even the newspaper, is that you have an opportunity to cross-compare. So this is a service, I think, that's invaluable for you using a job search. I'm talking fast because we have to go to the lab. Does anybody have any questions that they want to ask about this? Anybody want to try it for themselves and maybe sign up for tomorrow or anything like that?
Is there any sign-ups for today?
Probably. Let's check it for this. Okay, anything that Mardell and I have to say today is right here for you, and you can sign up for it.
That's really nice. I didn't know that was there.
Yeah. Now, what you're going to find also, all kinds of brochures for anything that you're interested in. If you want to take any classes just to find out what you're interested in, we have things for the things. Oh, just to okay, this is going to be a book that I don't course. Right over here. You're looking to travel abroad.
Great. So what would you say to kids who would say that it's not cool to come to the library?
That I like coming here. They'd probably know that I like to read books a lot. And that,
Is this a place where you feel welcomed?
yeah,
Do you ever ask the librarians for help on things?
yeah,
And what do they do?
they help me find what I need. Like when I don't know what number the Dewey Decimal System is, where it is, because there's two different number systems, and one of them's for fiction, and one of them's for nonfiction. And I got confused by those at one point.
I bet. So when you do you often come here also for homework stuff? Do you use this
Yeah.
library a lot?
I usually come here.
Yeah. Do you kind of sit down and do your work?
Yeah, the area over there.
Yeah. And do you use the computers here at all?
Yeah, a lot of the time to look up books.
Okay, great. What's your favorite thing about this library?
They have a really good selection of books.
Do you think you'll always be a library user?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I
Did you
I
have
would
a
also
question?
ask Malika if your school has a library, and if it does or if it doesn't, can or do you not find all the books you need there for homework? And do you
I don't know
use
where it
some-
is. Actually,
where it
because
is?
they just remodeled the school. I used to go to the library at my old school a lot, almost every recess,
Really?
usually.
And do you think you're going to use this library at your new school?
Yeah, when I find it. Yeah.
I think it's your choice of libraries now. Great. Did you have other questions on that?
My question is a comment. One of the reasons Malika won is because she wrote such a good book review for a book she wrote, or a book you read, Bridge to
Terabithia.
Terabithia.
Yeah. Tell us about, what was that book about?
It's about this person, Jesse. He's kind of shy, and his parents seem to favor his younger sisters. And it's how this girl moves in next door, and he kind of becomes her best friend. And they find this place across the river, and they call it Terabithia. It's their own kind of little place to go when they're angry or upset.
Neat. Do you find that books kind of take you away, or what is it that you like most about reading?
Most books, I usually find myself almost feeling what the person's I mean, seeing what the person's describing and feeling.
You like that part about reading?
Yeah.
Great. Do you think that reading a lot of books helps you in other parts of your schoolwork?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any examples, like, do you know something already that other kids in your class don't know?
Well, I read a lot about Russia at one point. I just wanted to see what it was about because I'm Jewish. One point I did a report on St. Petersburg, so that kind of helped me a little.
Great, great. Hey, Peter, did you have any questions?
What mystery authors?
Oh, yeah. Do you
she
like
like?
mysteries?
Yeah.
What
I
are
like,
mysteries writers?
I forget what her name is. She wrote the Mystery at the Fair.
Nixon.
No. It's a girl. It's a lady.
Emmerich to the rescue.
Emmerich to the rescue. Yeah, any.
It's Earthquake.
Do you like to read the series like what I
Yeah.
was talking about? Which ones do you like the best?
Of series books. I think I like the Black Stallion series the best.
Yeah. Those are hard books, and the Clan of the Cape Bear, those are pretty
Yeah.
difficult books. Do your parents ever talk to you about what you're reading? Or
Mm.
ask you about what you're reading?
Yeah. A lot of the time, like when I bring home a new book, usually I show it to them. If I've read part of it, I tell them what I've read so far.
Gertrude Warner.
Gertrude Warner?
No?
No.
Wonder who it is.
I think she wrote Cages.
Do your parents stop you ever from reading a book or say, don't read that, or you shouldn't be reading that?
More the fact that they wish I didn't read quite as much as I do. But
So when do you make time to read? I mean, you're a busy person. You go to school and
a lot of the time I read before or after I do my homework, right before I go to bed. During commercials, when I'm watching TV, sometimes even.
that's great. So it's not that you don't watch TV, you just make time for reading.
Yeah.
Oh, great, good. And is that one of the reasons you like summer? Is that there's more time?
Yeah.
That's prime time for reading.
Yeah.
Great. Good. Okay, Peter. I think that's it. Thank you very much for like that. Great.
Great. Did you ever see the Black Stallion,
The movie.
the movie, The Black Stallion?
I started part of it. It didn't really actually look that good.
It won the Pulitzer Prize. You know, I didn't see the Titanic for about probably a year after it came out. And I asked somebody, should I go see it? And they said, it won, 12 Academy Awards? You have to go see it. This one won the Pulitzer Prize. You have to give it a try. It's good. This one? I wouldn't be surprised. I think if you were a guy, I would give you this one. And then if you're a girl, I would give you this one. Have you seen this? It's cool.
I think I might have.
Ships are getting closer. Notice one is flying the flag of France and the other's flying the flag of Britain. And they get closer, and then you realize that they're going to go to battle. And as you go through the book, they show you what's going on in the different parts of the ship as they prepare for war, and as people get operated on, bathing in the sails. Look at that tub full of legs. See them operating on the person right there. And look at that, nice scurvy, loss of teeth. The illustrations are just amazing in this book. Eat 'em. Keep 'em on fresh meat. illustrations are just amazing.
Mangoes are
Protein.
chewy.
This one,
Yeah, that's really good.
you know, I have not read any Lois Lane.
You should read that.
And I call myself a librarian.
You should read that.
What's the one that's so good? Tell them what one that's so good. The Giver.
Oh, the Giver?
Oh, I have read The Giver. Oh yeah, The Giver is excellent. I just forgot the author. Yeah, The Giver was absolutely excellent. So yeah, this one's a go. Now horses I haven't read, but you've read this book before. Yeah. Do you own your own horse?
No. Wish I did, but
I don't think many people in Seattle own horses. So if you could own any one, which one would it be?
let's see.
This library user goes right to the index first thing. It's a good way to judge a book. Does it have an index?
I read one for my birthday.
Oh, you wrote one? Where?
Lori's Staples.
Oh.
Something.
To perform any of 3 gaits, particularly over long periods of time.
Yeah. Its walk is almost more like a trot.
Very specialized riding horse.
Yeah.
Great endurance. A triumph of Peruvian horse breeding. So you're gonna have to go to Peru.
No, you have them here, because I mean.
You know it's a great book to read. If you like horses, to read Grossology. Little barf on the cover.
Yeah.
Very nice. Huh? Here, you pretend you barf and then I'll show it to the camera. Since we were talking about horse breeding, this is a book you should read. Beryl Markham's West with the Night. She was a woman pilot and she grew up in Africa, and part of what she did throughout her youth was raise and race horses. And if you have not read this book, that is a book I recommend that you read. I think you would like it very much.
Another experience right to the flyleaf.
Yeah, that is excellent. Have you read this book? Yeah.
Okay, Emmerich, what do you think works on turning kids onto books?
First off, example. I think a house full of books, house full of reading material is good for kids to see, good to be around. They're comfortable in seeing it. Child knows everything that's in the house. They know what's in every drawer of the house, and they also happen to know what every book and magazine is in the house also. They might not read them all, but they'll certainly look at them all.
What are some of the most popular materials that you're finding among young adult readers these days?
It varies widely. One thing about the young adult population is their reading skills really run the gamut from reading popular genre fiction all the way up into what we would consider adult materials. I had a young man, 15 years old, just in the other day who we were talking about reading Kurt Vonnegut and Milan Kundera together. Right after that, I'll have a child come in who's the same age, and we'll ask about, Sweet Valley High or something like that. So you see a wide variety of skill levels even in the same age.
Yeah, that must make your job kind of tough.
It can, but it makes it more interesting that way, I think, too. You never know what to expect. I get to talk about all sorts of books this way because I enjoy all sorts of magazines and books and graphic novels and listening to music, and we get to talk about all that.
Mm-hmm. What made you interested in being a young adult librarian?
I think the diversity is a big part of it. It's an age group that's often passed up. You see a lot of emphasis put on children's librarianship and adult librarianship, and sometimes people tend to forget the needs of teenagers. They're going to school and that's sort of their job, and they forget about their reading habits too, their enjoyment of reading. I like that part of it.
So what do you, when you have parents that come in, and we were talking before about being scared of what their kids are reading, what's your theory on that in terms of what kids are reading?
That's very common. I'll get parents coming in being concerned that their child is reading nothing but what they think of as trashy horror novels or trashy romance novels. And I tell those parents, you don't have a problem. You have a child who loves to read. Let them read what they like to read. Their brain is like working a muscle over and over, and even though they're lifting a light weight over and over, through time they'll build up that reading power, and soon enough in their own time they'll move on to a different reading level. They might see something around the house that their parents read. They might be at a friend's house and pick something up, and that spark will be set, and they'll move on right to the next level of reading.
How do you kind of bridge that gap in terms of bringing someone along from the Sweet Valley High up into the Kurt Vonnegut stage?
Again, I think exposure to the material is really important. For teenagers, a lot of the time, parents struggle with, boy, I want to get my child into reading this, and it might become sort of a power struggle. I would just make material available to them. Say you're going on a long car trip, have a stack of books on the floor in the back of the seat. Maybe don't even bring them up. Just make sure they're back there. Your child might think they're just for you, but they're going to be bored in the car. They're going to pick up those books, and all of a sudden, maybe they'll be reading. It might just be a copy of the New Yorker magazine, or something like that.
So what do you think that is something that works to bring kids into the library? I know teenagers may have this impression that it's not a cool place to be, whatever.
Well,
how do you try and dispel that?
Well, I don't try to make the library a cool place. The library is a place for information. It's a utilitarian place. That's what makes it cool unto itself, is that it isn't a place trying to be cool. We're not trying to be the next best thing. We're here and now, and will be here and now, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Information never loses its value. It doesn't need to be cool. It just is. We have kids who come in here, their schools don't have libraries, their libraries closed down or have inadequate materials. They're able to come in here, get their school work done, and find some reading that they enjoy too. School is a job for these kids, and that's where they do most of their intellectual reading. So when they read on their off time, they want to read things that interest them. That might be magazines about rock stars, about growing up, fashion, those sorts of things. It should be enjoyable for them. You get plenty of difficult reading at school.
So how do you make this library, though, a comfortable place for young adults, so they feel also that it's a comfortable place for them?
Try to make sure that we have items that are of interest to them. And that's a very wide variety of materials. Teenagers like currency. They like things that are very now. Magazines, current music, fit that bill. They also like things that maybe are not, that we might consider underground. Graphic novels fit that bill well. So does a lot of music. And there's always authors that parents aren't too crazy about that sort of fit that bill for kids too. They like to read those authors that maybe aren't so popular with the parents.
Are computers, or do you also have music stuff here in the branches, or is most of the music stuff somewhere else?
Oh, well, we have music here at the branches, And the great thing is if the music is not available here at the branch, you can look it up on the computer, place a hold on it, and have anything sent down here from any other branch. So you have access to the whole library system here. That's the power of your library card, is that it's not just where you're sitting, it's the whole system. Everything's on the computer. You can look it up there and have it sent to you anywhere.
Is that a big draw, both the music and the computers for young people?
I think that is. I think the internet is becoming more and more popular. We're seeing sort of that split between people who were in school before computers and people who were in school after computers came along. The fear isn't there, and it's just another medium now to the kids. The World Wide Web is one thing, books are another thing, compact discs are another thing. It's all just part of information. We tend to look at it as, oh, it's these new computers. I think kids are used to having computers in their lives, and it's just another medium to transfer information to them.
Why do you think the library needs to, I mean, we've seen a lot of more resources come into the young adult area in the last year or so. Why do you think the library needs to beef up their service for this area?
Well, again, you don't want to forget this age group of library users, and you have to make sure that you have materials that is going to apply to a wide variety and a wide age group. Teenagers at this point are looking for identity, so they're looking for specific materials. A way a lot of people define what is a young adult. A young adult is a person who says, I'm not a child anymore, but is not seen as an adult by the law. And those young adults are looking for their place in society, and they come to the library to search for different points of view, different ways of being. That way they can explore what they might be interested in the future in terms of lifestyle, job, education.
Great. Do you also do a lot of work with the schools in the area and other things? What kind of service?
We do. We try to stay in contact with the schools. That's a good way to see the kids, because we know a lot of the time kids in school all day long, maybe the last thing they want to do is come to a library after school and sit around books again. So we try to go to the school. That way the kids are there. We make their day a little more exciting. There's a new face. Tell them about books. Tell them about the programs that are going on at the library. And that way we know what the teachers are up to. That way if they're having specific homework assignments, we can make sure we have the materials to meet the kids' needs.
Do you also do programs here for young people?
We do, not as much as they do downtown, but every summer we have the young adult summer reading program here, and kids read books and turn in coupons, and we draw prize winners based on that. All the local businesses here in the Greenwood community donate prizes to our summer reading program, and it's been very successful.
Great. I think that's about it. Did I cover everything we talked about?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Let me just think. I mean, if you were going to sum up kind of the goal of the young adult department, you're going to tell Jeff, what you think the goal is. What would you say it would be?
Well, the goal of the young adult department at Seattle Public Library is to provide a continuum for children's users to adult users. We don't want to sort of lose track of kids as they go into their teenage years. We've nurtured them with children's story times. They've grown up reading their first books here at the library, and we expect them to come back as adults. And sometimes we overlook that they have needs beyond school needs. They have recreational reading needs, and we like to meet that here at the library along with their educational needs too.
Did you ask him what the favorite part of his job
Did you ask him?
What's your favorite part of the job?
The part I like most about my job is that a lot of the things that apply to young adults still apply to me. I like current music. I like current books. I like popular media a lot. I like sports and athletics and things like that. So it seems sort of a natural extension of the things I do. But the young adult population is so diverse that nobody can master it all. And kids are very diverse today. Everybody is so fractionalized these days. Everybody is into a very unique thing. So one child might be into the underground goth scene and another child might be on the football team. There's no telling. Yeah. Kids, the variety of kids are just amazing. Yeah.
Okay, Emmerich. Great. Boy, you're great.
Yeah.
You should be on TV, Emmerich.
Thanks.
You are.
Well, I've worked in it a little bit, so I know that I sort of know the spin you guys are looking for, so I try. I'm not experienced, but of film are shot to pick one cover to cover.
Oh, we don't want to know. We don't want to know that. Embarrassed.
How many graphic novels?
You want more? This art of hand reading is just
Gothic novels.
the Gothic novels. Yeah, that one mouse is just.
Oh, it's brutal.
It's just great. I mean, it was really wonderful.
To go from Anna Karenina, from grossology to the hand and then the pearl. The hand, the pearl, the reaching, the grasping. The whoever is on the cover, Drew Barrymore.
Cleavage, yes.
I thought it was Courtney
No,
Love for a
that's
minute.
Drew Barrymore. She's specifically photography, tabletop, modeling, cars. It was in Tucson.
Oh, yeah.
So, we Balfour Walker photography. Yeah,
There.
I like,
Taking pictures.
yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful.
He had the studio by Etherton Stern, in Etherton Stern.
I remember walking there all the time.
Where was this?
Way up
You got grandchildren? It just seems to be such a juggling act to keep things going. I
Every
don't know.
Monday morning, there's this long race. You start on, get to Friday,
How old are your children?
9 and 5.
I have a couple who are about that age, 10 and 7 or something like that. And the mother just works half-time in that family, so that's a little bit.
Yeah, it's easier. Doing both of them. It was easier when they were just little and they were in daycare, but now
Now
soccer.
they get into all those activities.
All the activities. And my mother worked and I never got to do any of those activities, so I really feel strongly
That they should be able
They
to.
should be
Yeah,
able
they
to.
miss something if they don't.
Yeah, yeah, especially I think having boys being in sports.
Yeah.
They want to.
Where do you live? What area?
I'm on Queen.
Oh, okay.
I'm all set.
Okay, Jan, would you tell us what materials are available here at the Washington Talking Book and Braille Library?
We have a wide variety of materials there. Essentially, we're a public library, but just in different formats. We have large print, we have talking books, and then we have some special services such as the radio reading service, which takes care of materials of immediacy.
Now, how do people access the service if they wanted to come here and use the material?
Well, we welcome people to come into the library. Unfortunately, we're a statewide service, and it's hard for people to get in to visit the library. But we can do all this by mail because the materials go out postage free to the users.
So how would one sign up for use? You're telling me
You need to fill out an application form, get registered for the service, and then once a person is set up, then we can mail the materials out to the individuals.
So you have an application form that states what kind of books,
Right,
what
give some
formats?
information about the borrower, and once that is turned in, there has to be a certification to show that the individual is eligible for the service, but then we can send it out by mail.
Okay, well, we try to just that last part again, Jen, that's okay. So when people sign up for the service, they fill out a form?
They fill out an application, get it certified by a doctor and nurse, someone to show that that individual is eligible for the service. Then it's sent in, and then we can provide the service by mail.
Okay, so how many people do you serve and what kind of people are they?
We currently serve about 11,300 individuals throughout the state, and it's a wide variety, again, people of all ages, just like any other library, a wide variety of people.
And these are people who have what kind of handicaps usually?
They're people who are legally blind, visually impaired, physically disabled and unable to hold a book or turn pages, deafblind, or possibly have a learning disability.
Okay, great. And why do you think this is a service that senior citizens should know about?
Because we have services for seniors that, as you say, they may not be aware of, but we have a lot of services that people can continue reading even after they've lost their vision or have physical disabilities.
So when you were talking to me about the percentage of your people who are older people, could you tell me about that?
About 2/3 of our users are 60 or over, and about 25% of our users are in the 80 to 89 category, and 10% in the 90 to 99 category. We actually have about 1% who are over 100. So it's, if people can no longer read print, it's a good service for them, and to get through the mail is also a real plus, not having to go out to the library to get books.
So how many books at a time can you mail to someone?
We can mail as many as an individual wants. We can set up the service tailored to the individual's needs.
So either tapes or what other formats?
Braille or large print.
Okay. And then what's the difference between your large print collection and the large print collection up in Mobile?
It's basically the same collection because we all have the same kinds of books. Ours just serves a different population because we are statewide.
Okay. And then the radio reading service, could you tell me a little bit about how that operates?
Well, our users can access the radio reading service either through a little receiver that we lend to the borrowers, or if they can pick up channel 9 here in this area, they can get it on the second audio program channel. And we certainly recommend that because the reception is better. So if they can get channel 9 and have a new VCR or TV, the user can access the radio reading service.
And what is broadcasting?
We do material you can't get on a commercial radio or television station. For instance, we read the newspapers. We read the morning paper every daily, and we read the evening paper, the Seattle Times, and we do materials such as editorials, columns, obituaries, particularly Northwest regional news, not the kind that you would get on a commercial station.
You don't read the classified?
No, we do not. We do have some shopping news and some grocery ads, though, for people who are interested in that category.
Okay, that's great. And that service is broadcast every day?
It's broadcast every day, 24 hours a day.
Okay. And how does one learn about what's on the reading service?
We have a schedule that we could mail out to people, so if they're interested, they could just call the library and we'll be glad to mail it to individuals.
You also depend a lot here, this is a big service that you have, you depend a lot on volunteers.
We do, we have.
Okay.
It's funding, I guess.
Yes.
We have 430 volunteers, so we certainly are dependent on our volunteers to do all kinds of activities around the library.
Are you always looking for more?
We're always looking for volunteers. It's an ongoing activity.
What kinds of things do they do?
Just about anything that needs to be done. They can inspect books as they come back to make sure they're in good shape. Volunteers narrate our programs for the radio reading service. They narrate books for us, particularly books about the Northwest or children's books. Just what needs to be done, some clerical activities. So we really are dependent on volunteers because they gave us 32,000 hours of volunteer time last year.
Now, there's also some machinery that you also, are you responsible for distributing kind of the machinery that?
Yes, those who are registered for the service borrow a machine, a talking book machine for as long as needed. And those are given out free. The service is completely free. So it's just a long-term loan for the machines.
So are those tape recorders or what is the machinery?
We have had tape recorders, yeah. Well, let's do that again.
Okay.
We currently are using mainly cassette players for our service. We have switched over from record players in the past, and now almost all the service is on cassette record players. They're not recorders, just players.
What about Trhgszx radios and the more sophisticated equipment?
We do have what we call a reference station here at the library, and individuals can come in and use that equipment here at the library.
That's all the questions I have.
Okay.
Perfect.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for including us.
Yeah. Do you kind of often get not included?
tons of stuff. So I got some shots of this. Okay. Great, thanks very much.